An Inconvenient Truth, episode 13. So today we're coming from 1 Corinthians 10, verse 23 and 24. You say I'm allowed to do anything, but not everything is helpful. You say I'm allowed to do anything, but not everything is beneficial. Don't think only of your own good. Think of other Christians and what is best for them. Now, this is Paul speaking, and he's referring to some situations that were going on in that time, but the general gist is this. As a believer, you do not live for yourself, right? You live in Christ, and therefore, as you encounter other believers, no matter what their level of faith is, you live your life in a way that lifts them up, exalts them, encourages them. And I'll give you a perfect example of kind of the meaning of this verse is if you have a dad and a young child, right? Let's say the child's like 3 years old, and they walk out of the house and they go to the street. The dad's holding the hand, but the dad doesn't look both ways and clarify to the child what's going on, or at least do all the proper things that a child needs to do crossing the street. That child's going to look and say, hey, okay, it's okay if I do that. And they go walking across the street because the dad didn't, if he didn't actually turn his head both ways, right? However, if that child doesn't see or sees that dad do that and actually go through with those, it lets the child know, okay, this is actual behavior. Now, the difference is the dad doesn't really have to do the full head turn, okay? Why? Because he's mature, he can sense danger, he can hear, he's using his ears, his eyes, surroundings, he's using all of that, and so he can just do a little glance and he knows it's okay, right? That child has not developed to that point yet, therefore the child needs to actually take the time to look both ways to cross the street, okay? It's the same thing. There are things that are permissible as Christians because we understand we're under the law of the Spirit, not under the Old Testament law, right? Or the Mosaic law, or you get what I'm saying. So this is just an encouragement. When you do something, don't do something that could potentially harm or weaken another believer, right? If you think it's okay to have a beer, and that's fine, but then you have a new Christian or another Christian who comes from an area where that is not okay, don't drink in front of them. Okay, don't have that beer in front of them because you're weakening their faith, and they're going, wait a minute, I thought you were different. It is inconvenient, but it is true. I love you guys. Be blessed.